welcome to ILTV's Evening Update. I'm Aaron Porras here with the latest news from Israel.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and opposition leader Isaac Herzog have just held a clandestine meeting with Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. After reports of this meeting came out in Haaretz today, Herzog confirmed the meeting to Army Radio, although he's declining to discuss details of the meeting. Herzog saying that the meeting was part of a process that yielded a document that would have changed the face of the Middle East. In exchange for Israeli territorial concessions in Area C, Arab states were reportedly willing to normalize relations with Israel. The opposition leader is claiming that Netanyahu says things privately to Arab leaders that do not match his public statements. More than that, he says the talks, which coincided with talk of a potential unity government between the center-right and Herzog center-left Zionist Union Party, fell apart when Netanyahu's Likud party members got involved. Close to 20,000 Orthodox Jews gathered on Sunday at the Barclays Center basketball arena in Brooklyn to protest an Israeli law drafting ultra-Orthodox Jews into the IDF. Rabbi David Niederma, who acts as a liaison for the Central Rabbinic Congress, was quoted as saying, quote, "Since 1948, when the government was founded, they understood that there is such a thing as yeshiva students who are studying and they are exempt of military services," end quote. But for the past few years, Israeli politicians have been trying to tighten the screws and basically forcefully recruiting and forcefully bringing them in for military service, to which they object, he continued. The rally was led by members of the anti-Zionist Satmar Hasidic group and took place almost entirely in Yiddish. Throughout the event, speakers often referred to the government's attempt to draft ultra-Orthodox Jews as religious persecution. Prior to the event, organizers began touring New York City in trucks with large displays promoting the cause. In addition to that, they published a video online showing Orthodox Jews being beaten and arrested by Israeli police. In Israel, military conscription is mandatory for the country's Jewish, Druze, and Circassian citizens. Ultra-Orthodox Jews, however, have traditionally been given exemptions to study Jewish theology. Ever since the draft was first instituted in 1949, all Orthodox Jews have had to do to avoid conscription is to go to the draft office and fill out a yeshiva study deferral form. Most ultra-Orthodox Jews never serve in the military via this method. Education Minister and Jewish Home Party leader Naftali Bennett was met with antipathy today by the audience at Haaretz's peace conference. Bennett was confrontational to the crowd, telling them that the left doesn't have a monopoly over peace, just like the right doesn't have a monopoly over patriotism. After Bennett read polls showing that the public supported his positions, one woman in the audience called him a Nazi, while another performed a Nazi salute at him. Additionally, Bennett's saying that he and Justice Minister Ayelet Shaked, the number 2 in his party, have done more for Arabs than the left, citing her appointment of the first female Sharia court judge, the Education Ministry's investment in the Arab sector, and Bennett's push to have Arab students learning Hebrew from 1st grade as opposed to 3rd. He also outlined his plan to annex most of the West Bank, calling it a piece of the right. A prominent Palestinian movie theater in Ramallah has just announced that it will join Lebanon and Tunisia in boycotting the Wonder Woman movie. Palestine Towers Cinema, located in the city's tallest building, has decided not to screen the movie because of, quote, political reasons related to the Israeli occupation and the Israeli actress starring in the film, end quote. Major General Yoav Mordechai, who is the head of the Coordinator of Government Activities in the Territories, or COGAT, criticized the move. COGAT is responsible for civil affairs of Palestinians in the occupied territories. Mordechai said, quote, "Apparently Palestine Towers Cinema in Ramallah fears that the audience will enjoy the excellent film Wonder Woman and cannot separate politics from an American film," end quote. He added that boycotting the film shows only weakness and fear. "One who is self-confident is not afraid of movies, even if it's Wonder Woman standing before him," he said. Wonder Woman stars Israeli actress Gal Gadot and has grossed close to $400 million worldwide since its release last week. The Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan is also apparently considering whether or not to ban the film. A top Palestinian official has just donated tens of thousands of shekels to the Rambam Medical Center in Haifa after receiving life-saving treatment there earlier this year. According to the Rambam Medical Center, the Palestinian Authority officials' donation will go towards the construction of a children's playroom in the Institute of Radiology of the Joseph Fishman Oncology Center. The official said that, quote, "When I arrived at Rambam, I saw a medical team that treats its patients with dedication, but I also saw the suffering of sick children. Palestinian children, Israelis, Syrians, and children from other countries who are being treated at Rambam for serious illnesses and are in need of all the help they can get, end quote. Rambam is one of the largest medical centers in northern Israel, and the hospital is often touted as a model of coexistence between Jews and Arabs. As of 2015, half of the beds in Rambam's pediatric cancer wing were occupied by Palestinian children from the West Bank and Gaza.
That's all for now. Stay tuned on ILTV.tv for our main daily broadcast playing after this. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you next time with our morning briefing from Israel at 8 a.m. Eastern Time.